right. Welcome to Psychos and Sociopaths. Today we're going to go off a little bit of deep end. We're going to go over Woody Harrelson's dad, Charles Harrelson. And a lot of people don't know this, is his dad was a hitman. Now, a lot of this stuff, you can't go in and say, he killed this many people, he did this, because one, he was a liar, a con man, and he was a gambler.
Mm-hmm. And real quick, I'm not apologizing for stuffing my face. Go to at DaddyBob's1 on Twitter. Daddy Bob's Barbecue. Oh God, dude.
Facebook, Twitter. We posted all this stuff last time. But yeah.
We picked up a rack of ribs from them today. We got some of the jalapeno poppers on the side. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. So.
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. is where they're at.
Yeah, they set up at 11. They were a little bit late, but running a little bit behind today. 15, 20 minutes, not too bad.
Yeah. Right in front of the Escom Hut in Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about him, Charles Void Harrison was born July 23rd, 1938. He was an American hitman, which you already described, and he was basically into organized crime. His main conviction was the assassinating of federal judge John H. Wood Jr., who was actually called the Maximized John, because anytime he wanted to do a sentencing, he maximized the sentence. Personal life. He was born in Lovelady, Texas, to Alma Lee and Boyd Harrison. He was married to Nancy Hillman Harrison. Eventually, he divorced. And his sons, Woodrow Trace Harrison. That's his actual full name. And we all know him. He became a television star, actor, also known as Woody Harrelson. According to Woody, the son, Woody Harrelson, his father would disappear a lot of times through, one, he was a encyclopedia salesman, but he was a perpetual gambler, so he was always out trying to make a couple of bucks.
Yeah, perpetual gamblers.
Yeah.
Habitual gamblers.
Habitual. Big word. We used $5 on this one. That's it. We have no production.
Damn, I wanted that special effects explosion at the end.
I could probably do it, but it would be a
little clip art of a mushroom cloud right there in front of the ribs.
Yeah. I'll see if I can do that. I have to pull out some stuff and everything like that. It's just something that gives me a little bit of extra editing stuff. But there's a list of only like 3 people that he's actually murdered. And he's been in and out of jail since like he was 20, right after he got out of the Navy. And not to say all military people are put on higher standards or anything. There's some douchebags, but he was ex-Navy. What it ended up happening is he murdered Alan Henry Berg. That one, let me see here, make sure my notes, this is the same guy. Basically, he murdered this guy. He was a carpet salesman, and he owed the mob, or the Texas mob, the Dixie Mafia? That's what it, yeah. Yeah,
at the risk of being targeted ourselves, or myself, really, the Dixie Mafia. Let's just break that name down for a second. We're like, okay, what kind of visuals does that lend? Well, you're going to get me, I'm thinking an overweight Godfather, coveralls, shit on his boots, sitting in the back of a
Oh, you went redneck with that. I was actually
truck limousine.
Go for it. Go for it. You've already come this far.
He's got the Confederate flag flying off the back bumper. Windows are tinted out.
But the rest of the truck is like banged up all the hell.
His sister's sitting in the back seat with him. She's got no teeth because she's got a meth addiction. And he refuses to let her talk because she constantly has her mouth full. But yet he's giving you offers that you can't refuse.
I was going with actual Dixie women and everything like that, but yeah, that's even better. That's
and when his driver honks the horn at somebody, it doesn't play the rebel yell. It doesn't do like the General Lee. His horn sounds like the dueling banjos. You know, he hits that horn, it ding 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 ding. I'm not sorry. No, I'm sorry.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back on track
but
here.
he was a carpet salesman and he owed the mafia it's saying 2,000.
Damn.
I got one from that said from it was 1,500. But basically he just murked this guy. And he was sent up for like 15 years in prison, but he got that knocked down to at least 5 years because of good behavior. But his main one was the murder of Judge John H. Wood Jr. Basically, a drug dealer paid Charles Harrelson $250,000 to kill the judge. And that drug dealer was Jamal Changar? Chagra. Yeah, I'm dyslexic and I can't read most of the time.
Okay. Sam, you talking about the second guy?
Jamil Chagara. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's not giving me a pronunciation or anything like that. You horrible people. But anyways, what's funny about that is even though Charles Harris killed the judge...
Oh, we're talking about judge, okay.
So
I got lost in the land of ribs here.
That happens. I told you it was a good idea.
Yeah, okay, so Jamil...
But he was actually acquitted. Of all crimes.
Jamil
Jamil?
Hamil Yarga. Or Chaga. Yeah, Hamil.
Chaga.
Because in Spanish, the J is pronounced like an H, and if I'm getting that wrong, at me in the comments. At this point, I'm just doing it for clout, so whatever.
Be brutal. But anyways.
Finish me. Anyway.
Being a habitual liar that he was, Charles Harrelson, he even said that he killed JFK. We don't have to worry about that or anything like that anymore, right? He off JFK. We know who the gunman was and everything like that.
Now, was he the one in the book
depository
or
No, he was in the lawn. He was the
he was on the grassy
guy
knoll?
grassy knoll, yeah.
Okay.
So
he was what was the character from the Umbrella Academy?
The time traveler?
Yeah, number 7 or something like that. 5?
Five.
Yeah. So he was 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Way to go! Look at that.
But he also copped up. They couldn't actually believe all the stuff that he did because of he technically killed 50 people. He said he killed 50 people, but he copped for like a lot of murders and everything, so it's hard to believe him. And what was another thing on here was his escape attempt. That was actually pretty invented. They used towels and everything. He got with a couple of bank robbers to try to get out of jail, and they ended up moving him to what is considered the Supermax prison in Marlin, Illinois, which is supposed to be the most secure prison ever. So they have that, I guess. Uh, Woody Harrison actually tried to get his dad acquitted of the crimes, but they couldn't get it through when he died in 2007 of a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was basically doing it only because, it's my dad. I wanted to see him out of prison and everything like that.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up happening and the reason why he did that.
You know, thinking about Woody Harrelson as an actor and as an individual, it's like you look at it, and now that we bring his dad to kind of into the spotlight a little bit, you really kind of, I mean, you remember that role that he did for Oliver Stone back in the day, Natural Born Killers?
Yeah.
You got to wonder how much of that he actually drew from the stories that his dad has told.
Well, that and the actual fact of he actually portrayed his own father in a either the documentary or movie.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up.
Yeah, but it just goes to show this is one thing about this that I really love about it, and it's showing how a piece of shit a person can be, and how the son ends up being 100 times better than the father.
Yeah, I mean, so we hear a lot about the son is responsible for the sins of the father, and to me, I'm calling bullshit on it because it's like, it as an individual, we need to be held accountable for our actions. Now, if we're going to be held accountable for those actions, first and foremost, you need irrefutable, undeniable proof. You don't need this good old boy, good old girl system, loopholing people, playing small town politics, lawyers scratching prosecutors' backs, things of that nature. All that aside, if the person is actually undeniably guilty of the things that they're being accused of, yes, absolutely hold them to an account. But that's where it stops. The buck stops there. Pure, plain and simple. To say that we're going to hold the sons responsible for the actions of their fathers or the daughters for the offspring being held responsible for the actions or transgressions of their parents, to me, I don't buy into that. Because like you said, Woody Harrelson, 100 times over, more productive, overall better human being than the father. And until this got brought to light, not a lot of people would have known that Woody Harrelson or Woodrow Tracy Harrelson had a dad who died in prison, who was tried and convicted for 3 separate murders, who had stories that implicated him in several other murders, including the assassination of a president.
Basically, a lot of people want to take the fact of something to the point of like if you go into the comic books, like a person like Bane.
Yeah.
Because they actually did do that in a couple of countries. I want to say Russia. I think Russia. But they ended up making the sentence a commutative to even the family members. Because the crime was so horrendous.
With as flawed as our legal system is, we've got that going for us at least, where we don't look at it that way. A crime being so egregious, okay, you can't lock somebody away for, I mean, if we're talking about like mass murder, you can't sit there. I mean, I understand the Russians. In Mother Russia, they better scratch you, that kind of thing. I get it.
Yeah.
But to say that, hey, we're going to transfer shit that your dad or your mom did, and we're going to put you in prison for it because somebody needs to serve out this debt. If the person dies, let it go. Justice has been done.
Yeah.
And we're not to say who's going where, heaven or hell. We can only speculate. But the debt to society has been paid because that person is no longer on the tax roll.
Yeah.
At all, period. They're not being held responsible. We're not being held responsible as a society to front the bill for their health care, for their clothing, for their shelter, for their food. We're not responsible for their welfare anymore. They are dead. The debt that they owed society, as far as I'm concerned, has been paid in full, and that's where it needs to stop. And to an extent, we see. Even with the sort of quote unquote court of public opinion, we get people who look at what. Oh yes, that's much more. That's the word I'm looking for. Mood lighting. Anyway, it is just totally threw my thought process off. But okay, so the court of public opinion, we get all these people that do these horrendous things. The family of somebody who commits a mass shooting or something like that. 99.999 repeating percent of the time, the families have had either no knowledge of, or they had nothing to do with the planning or the execution of said crime.
Yeah.
But yet, the public of court opinion rakes these people over the coals. It's like, oh, well, he came from your loins, you must be the exact same way. Or they just completely trash the family. When
to the point where they're getting like death threats and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly. We had a murder here in town. You remember the two girls from McNeil that were shot on their way home after school?
Oh, yeah.
And the one girl died. Yeah. Well, that Cody Lott guy, I think it was the name, Cody Lott. Anyways,
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up real quick. But guy's certifiably crazy, overly infatuated with a 14-year-old girl. Tracks her down after school from his truck and shoots her and her friend repeatedly with a .22 rifle. Girl dies on the scene. The other girl, she survives and everything like that. But his family, not all that well put together. Okay, his parents, at first everybody was like, we need, don't hold the parents responsible. But then they started like, oh, well, my son didn't do this, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there was a lot of things that came out. And it just kind of...
Damn.
What?
After 8... God. Okay.
Is it
I got it.
Modern technology kicking your ass?
No, it's not that. It's all the pop-ups, because it's off of Time Record News.
Mm.
But after 18 minutes of deliberation, they find him guilty and life imprisonment.
Yeah.
18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they take like a week. Or even the George Floyd murder case, they took like 10 hours. And that's, wow.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that was tried under the previous district attorney here in town. Maureen Shelton, I think it was. I believe. Because that had been under our current prosecutor.
Yeah, Maureen Shelton.
Yeah, because under our current prosecutor or current district attorney, he'd still be sitting in the annex, just waiting, and then it would just kind of drag it out.
Yeah.
Because he's all about the car, he's being hard on crime.
But he takes his
But he
time.
drags his feet on everything, and a lot of times, at the risk of being disparaging on a public venue, but I think a lot of it is because there's too much small town politics going on. But like with him, the previous district attorney, she was like, yeah, this dude did it. Everybody knew he did it. There was witnesses to it. We've got the forensic evidence from the weapon. I mean, in a town of 105,000 people, which is what we are, that was high profile, man.
Yeah.
It really was. Very, very, very high profile. And, it's unfortunate that it resulted in the loss of life of a very promising and from all accounts, effervescent source of life.
Yeah.
And, so to bring that back around to Woody Harrelson and his dad, it's like we don't hold him responsible for it, but yet then when we find out about it, you're still gonna find those people that are gonna be like, well, I don't know if he's marketable now, if he's good for Hollywood.
Well, he's open about it.
Yeah, he is. He's open about it, and I think that was to his credit too, because most families of criminal of murderers, especially rapists, murderers, things like that, they become very closed off because they don't want that attention. They don't want that association, and I think the fact that he was very open about it, and he's for the most part, to my knowledge, Woody Harrelson's been very, very transparent about his public and private life.
Yeah. Which, I guess we can close it up on that one. Also, on another note, Katie Ansel, give us a message on I'll message you on your Facebook page, but give us a message, and we got a t-shirt going for you. She did a comment, and this is going back to the...
Very first, hand me that other Red Bull. You haven't even opened it yet. Give it to me. Thank you.
I'm still
favoring whatever. Paging Nurse David.
But it goes back to our first episode of Psychos and Sociopaths of Vicky Dawn Jackson. And Katie Ansel said this, y'all have no idea that fucking town is not nice at all. It's the worst place. It has nothing to do with their therefore breeding, drug abuse, and it's cursed. Took much weird shit happening there. Yes, Vicky Jackson's also Henry Lee Lucas. Well, we're going to do Henry Lee Lucas next week. Was caught there. He killed a woman up at the road. From there, that's weird. Right now, there's a 7-year-old mystery. A 17-year-old boy is missing and never found, and one of the most prominent men that lives there is responsible for it, but they haven't put charges yet because nobody but they know, and everyone knows it's him. I have a lot of true crazy shit that's happened, that has went on in that town. I won't ever go back.
Yeah, so, and you and I discussed this morning. I think what we really should try to do is maybe come up with a like a spin-off type series where we revisit some of these cases.
I think a bonus episode.
Hey, or a bonus episode,
I would like to do a bonus episode on a lot of stuff that actually going on and everything.
Yeah, it keeps the workload easier to manage for us.
Hopefully we can get someone from the detective pool from our town's police department, so we can get some input. Even though we are a small town and everything, but see if we can get any input at how they would try, like the cases with H.H. Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
How would they do that now compared to what they did back in the day? Because back in the day they didn't have anything.
That was with the murder house, right?
Yeah. Okay. Murder Castle.
Yeah, Murder Castle. Yeah.
In Chicago.
But Katie, definitely reach out to us, direct message us through Facebook, or we'll make the attempt to reach out to you.
I'll message her. I'm gonna message her.
But yeah, definitely we'd like to at least get you the T-shirt and maybe ask you a couple of questions if you're willing. But yeah, definitely. And see, this is why we preach, or we really kind of harp on. Why harping is the wrong word to use. This is why we really encourage for our audience to get involved with our comment section, because we need feedback like this. Because we're here, we're just talking about it from a very disassociated point of view, and we only see, like in cases of towns like Nocona, we have what we see. We pass through Nakona. We don't live there on a daily basis. We haven't spent any discernible time there.
Yeah, it's only 30 minutes, and the only thing I know about it is the boot company.
Yeah, so like I know about the car museum. I know that they've got a VFW post there, which has got a pretty well stocked bar. But past that, not a whole lot of information about Nakona. It's just some place to kind of go and spend right there on the main drag and eat.
And there's also this weekend the what post is it?
Oh yeah, our American Legion post, which I just got elected to the vice commander position for.
Awesome.
But we're having a yard sale this weekend. It's garbage here. Hold on just a second. Let me look. We
can bring the shirts up there and see if we can sell some.
Yeah, we'll see. Let me see here. Hold, please. All right, so... Yeah, we're at 4605 Lakeshore Drive here in Wichita Falls. And so with the... I'm trying to think if I can find the... Let's see here, events page. Yeah, so it's going to start at 7 in the morning is what it's according to our webpage, or our Facebook page. But definitely, give us a, come out and take a look at it. We're not charging price for admission. Just kind of come out. All of the proceeds from the yard sale are going to go back to the post. Why are you laughing?
Okay. For 30 years, this guy... you say no admission or anything like that, but for 30 years, this guy up at a London zoo charged admission to get into the for the parking.
I remember hearing about that.
That's the reason why I laughed. It was just something that just...
And he didn't even work for the zoo.
No, he just posted it up. He always showed up and everything. And everybody's like...
Then somebody, he stopped coming one day, and and people were like, well, where's Chuck? And I'm just throwing a name out there. Well, like, who's that? Like, oh, your parking attendant. He would charge for parking. It was like, our parking's always been free.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, wait a minute. He's been doing this for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And they calculated up. I think he made like probably about $3 to $5 million.
Hey, good on him, man.
You just pulled the con for 30 years. That was a long con.
That's a long con of long cons. The dude just sat there, and they didn't do anything about it. They could see him physically. Obviously, they knew he was out there. People were just like, oh, okay, not a problem, sure. And I guess he apparently became such a fixture there. I guess maybe the management staff for the zoo was just kind of, oh, he's harmless. They didn't even think to go out there and check on him. Like, what are you doing out here, bro?
This is the first thing I would do. I'm like, God. Hey, who's that? Yeah, I'm the type of person that's just like, hey, who's that? What's he doing? He's just standing out there.
I'm gonna walk my happy ass across the parking lot, be like, hey, bro, I gotta get you some water. Oh, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let you keep doing it, but you're gonna cut me in for like 30%. Still 30% over $2-3 million. That's still a pretty good sizable chunk of change. But anyways,
thank you for watching Psychos and Sociopaths.
Don't forget to give our subscribe button a smash. Hit the bell for the notifications. All of the notifications for your comments, interaction with your comments when we post new videos. Give us likes, give us shares on our Facebook page. Check us out on Spotify. You really need to give me the password stuff for the admin stuff for the Twitter account, so I can get that up and going again. And we'll post links and everything like that.
I'll give it to you right now.
Well, you can do it off camera, obviously. But all right, I'm Johnny Skelton.
I'm David Dickman.
You guys have a good week.
Yep. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.